Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Tuesday, May 21st, 2013. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that the futures overnight around 5 o'clock in the morning, even at 7 o'clock, we're doing what we call a little double dip here, but they have recovered, now positive on the session. Just up by about a quarter to a half a point, but nonetheless, they are positive. Today is a Tuesday. I believe the past 18 Tuesdays have been positive trading days for the stock market. So the market's going to see if it can make a run for the roses and make it 19 straight Tuesdays that it traded higher. We are overdue for a Tuesday sell-off, but that is always difficult to see. I'm not sure if we're going to actually see that or get that. But nonetheless, futures are basically flat, slightly higher by a quarter of 1 point before the opening bell. So we'll see how that plays out. There really is not any economic data today that will be released, but there are some key events that we're going to go over in just a minute. So while we don't have any economic data that I see on my list here, it is important to note that you're going to have two Fed presidents speaking today around 1 o'clock. I believe both of them are voting members of the FOMC. So again, you're going to have, I believe, St. Louis Fed President Jim Bullard and then New York Fed President Bill Dudley both speaking today. I think it starts at 11:30 and then 1 o'clock. So you're going to have two keynote speakers there from the Federal Reserve. Both of them, I believe, are very much in favor of quantitative easing. So there don't seem to be any disruption in that regard. I don't think they're going to really talk about tapering off the money, easy money policies anytime soon. So traders should keep note of that. But they will speak, I believe, today at 11 o'clock, 11:30, and then at 1 o'clock. So you'll have two Fed presidents. Both are voting members coming out and chiming in and giving their little say in what they believe is going to happen. Now, the final arbiter is Ben Bernanke. Let's call it what it is. Ben Bernanke calls the shots. This is, his induced rally, his induced quantitative easing. So Ben Bernanke fully in charge. But sometimes these other Fed governors can say something that can ultimately disrupt the markets. Yesterday you had on Fed President Fisher, Dallas Fed President Fisher, and he's very hawkish. He does not like quantitative easing. That's what he says, at least. So, and the markets sometimes will react off of that. But the two presidents that are coming on today, they are very much in favor of it. And I don't know if we'd see any real problems there. In fact, their comments could actually help boost the market. And that's what traders have to watch for. Looking forward at a couple of other things today. You're going to have the key vote over Jamie Dimon's key role at JP Morgan Chase. Will Jamie Dimon remain the CEO and the chairman of the board, or will he just become the CEO and no longer the chairman of the board? He has threatened that if he loses his chairman of the board position, he will leave the bank. So he has already put that out there publicly, and we'll see what the vote is. The vote is here in Tampa today, and I believe we'll probably know the results a little bit later in the day. So again, JP Morgan could be volatile depending on that vote. I have to think they're going to keep him in both roles, chairman and CEO, but we'll see how it plays out. You just never know with these things. Looking at a few other things out here, according to my notes, we have a few stocks in the news today. Carnival Cruise Line, Home Depot is another one. Home Depot making new highs after reporting earnings. So this stock now is at a new 52-week high. It's been a monster of a mover. We'll see if it does continue to climb higher. But nonetheless, pulling back a little bit here off of that 850 level. So again, pretty good. It's just overdone. It's not that there's a big resistance level here by any stretch. But Home Depot reporting earnings, I believe they were a little bit better than expected. Nothing earth-shattering or blowing the marketplace out of the water. Now let's take a look at a few other things out here today. The European markets. European markets are slightly lower on the session. The Milan market and the Spanish market, that's the FTSE MIB, which is the Milan market, Italy, and then you have the IBEX 35, which is the Spanish market, both down about 0.7%. So they're slightly lower. The German DAX only down a quarter of 1%, and then you have the French CAC 40 down about 0.2%. Now the FTSE 100, which is England, they can print their own money. They are not part of the European Union. They are higher by 0.2%. So a little mixed bag of tricks, but no real damage in the European markets at the moment. Now, when we look at the Asian markets last night, the Nikkei 225 was able to scratch out a small gain. It was up about a little over 0.1%. The Hang Seng was down about 0.5%. The Shanghai was up about 0.2%. And the Bombay Sensex Index down about 0.5%. And then Singapore market, the Straits Times, lower by 0.3%. So that's what we're looking at the moment. Really nothing terrible there. It seems like small pullbacks at the moment. So I think traders should be aware of what's going on out there. We will have a couple of gap plays out here for everybody. That'll be posted at around 9 o'clock in the morning in the chat room. So make sure you get to that if you're looking for the gap plays. They'll be posted up around 9 a.m. Looking at gold today, gold had a big move yesterday. So did silver after a crazy night last night. Silver actually staged a really good rally. Today, gold is down $11 to $1,373 an ounce. Oil is also lower today, down about 36 cents to $96.39. Now, the culprit for both the lower gold and lower oil could be the stronger dollar today. Yesterday, the dollar sold off sharply. Today, you'll see that the dollar has been rallying up in the overnight session, and right now sits higher by about 32 cents at the moment. That's a lot of meat and potatoes for the dollar. Dollar is showing, very good strength, holding very steady as we speak. So we'll see how that plays out going forward. But right now the dollar is fairly strong, and that will usually cause a little sell-off or a little pullback in the commodity prices. But yesterday, very good move for the commodity stocks, especially gold and silver, which really put some nice sessions in on the charts. Either way, we'll see how this all shakes out going forward. I think I pretty much covered everything that I was looking to talk about. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll have, I believe, the Federal Reserve minutes from their last meeting. But again, those minutes are somewhat skewed. They're not the exact transcripts of the entire meeting. They're just summaries of things that were said, and who knows if they were changed ever beforehand. So you don't want to make too much out of it. But we'll see how the market reacts today. Once again, it is a Tuesday. Tuesdays have been positive for the past 18 Tuesdays or 18 weeks. We'll see if we get another positive Tuesday, which means it will be 19 straight Tuesdays in a row that the market has been up. With that said, the futures are flat on the session, and we'll see how this day turns out. I want to wish you all a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts a little bit later.